Welcome back to the channel. I have spent the last week and a half here in Grenada and I have absolutely loved my time here. The place is so diverse, it is stunning in terms of nature, the people are amazing, the food is great, and there are so many different activities that you guys need to do when you come. I've compiled a list of the top things that you absolutely need to do when you come to Grenada. If you are new here, hi, my name's Matt. I'm a traveler, I'm a content creator, and I travel the world and make these travel videos showcasing some of the most beautiful places in a raw and uncut way. So if that sounds like something that you want to hear and see more of, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so you get notified for the weekly uploads. First on the list, it is snorkeling at the underwater sculpture park. This sculpture park was actually created back in 2004, 2005 after the hurricane that destroyed a beautiful coral reef. Grenada Tourism, they wanted the tourists to still be able to snorkel here and enjoy something underwater, and they have created something so incredibly unique and amazing to see underwater. This sculpture park was the first of its kind, and it was that good and that much of a success that the person that created this sculpture park has created a second in the Canary Islands. I joined the tour excursion Corsair, which involved us going out for a sail through the Caribbean waters. We went to St. George, we had a stop off there. There was a lunch included that was absolutely delicious. We did 2 snorkeling stops, which was really fun. The snorkeling gear was really high quality. We felt really safe throughout, and we had ample time to enjoy the underwater sculpture park. This was honestly so much fun. I've done snorkeling many places in the world and I cannot recommend seeing this underwater sculpture park enough. This excursion we did also included a sunset cruise as well, so it doubled as like a wonderful snorkeling day out with some beautiful sailing, eating some great food, but also a sunset on the water on the boat. It was so much fun. I can highly recommend you guys add this to your itinerary. The link to book will be in the video description below. Number 2, go to the neighboring island of Carriacou. This place is absolutely spectacular. It's super small, 7 by 3 square miles in size. There's only 8,000 residents on the island, and the island is one of the most beautiful places I think I've ever been to. Not only because the ocean and the sea is so incredibly turquoise and blue and just so inviting with the white sand beaches, but also because it is relatively untouched. The people that live there are locals and the people are so friendly. We visited a school, the children were so happy, but the highlight of Carriacou had to be Paradise Beach Club, the food there, and Paradise Beach. Paradise Beach, guys, has been ranked the best beach in the entire Caribbean. It is like something out of a magazine. Honestly, the white sand beaches are so beautiful. The sand is so soft. I can highly suggest to get to Carriacou, you take a water taxi from the capital city here in St. George. You take it from the marina. It takes about an hour and a half to get there and an hour and a half to get back, and also visit the neighboring island called Sandy Island. You can book a water taxi from Paradise Beach Club. Just go to Paradise Beach Club, ask them for a water taxi, and you'll have the most incredible time there, snorkeling there, seeing the fish, just enjoying the experience, being on such a small island with practically no one else. It is literally the epitome of what you imagine when you think of like the postcard Caribbean. I would highly suggest going to Carriacou and staying there for about 3 days minimum. So what do you got?
Guava cheese.
Ooh, and this is local stuff. Next on the list, tip number 3. This is more of a snack. Forget about Haribos, forget about your conventional snacks that you eat at home. When you come to the Caribbean, specifically Grenada, try tamarind balls and guava cheese. Guava cheese is basically guava, like the guava juice, mixed with sugar, rolled into balls, and you get these gooey treats. Look at that, that is just gooey, sugary, unbelievable deliciousness. I cannot explain to you how good these things are. Tamarind balls equally are as good, if not better than the guava cheese. They are just the balls of the tamarind fruit mixed with sugar, squished into a ball, and they sell them in these little packets. Most local shops as well around the island will stock these. Pick them up, taste them, you will absolutely love them, and you'll only be eating these for the rest of your trip to snack on. Tip number 4, go and visit Pearl's Airport. It is very, very small. It's actually for the 2 planes that are actually at the airport. It's a really, really interesting sight to see these 2 sort of crashed airplanes. They weren't crashed, but they were just put there as a way of representing the old links of Grenada to the communist countries, the Soviet Union and Cuba. This honestly makes for an amazing picture opportunity, and just to wander around the site and see inside of the plane, like plants growing, like the destroyed plane in itself, it literally does look like a plane crash. It is just really, really cool to see. Definitely stop off there. It is an Instagram favorite. We joined a tour and they were really fantastic. We were able to add things to our list of places that we wanted to go on the tour, and I specifically requested Pearl's Airport. So guys, if you want to book, which I can highly suggest, use the link in the video description. You'll not be disappointed. Next up, number 5. Visit the Clabony sulphur springs. We joined tours. Ronnie did take us there in his car. It took about 10 minutes on those difficult roads, and then we hiked maybe 10-15 minutes to this sulphur spring, which was so beautiful. It was so natural. There was nobody else there. The water was turquoise. It wasn't that typical clay sulphur color. It didn't have the sulphur smell either. It just looked so tranquil there. I really, really enjoyed the sulphur spring. I've been to many in the past, in Madeira, in the Azores, in St. Lucia, and various places around the world, and this sulphur spring really was unique. It was a little bit out the way, there's no entrance cost, and it really just feels like you've just discovered some sulphur spring through walking through the rainforest. There's no infrastructure around it, and it really is a beautiful place to visit. So add the Clabony sulphur springs to your list. Tip number 6, book a tour around the island. I personally believe booking a tour with a guide, someone that's experienced, someone that's a local, is the best way to get a feel for the island. I tend to do these tours at the start of my trip because it gives me good insight into the place that I'm visiting to, but also I'm hearing it from a local themselves. So I'm gonna get some top tips, top places to go, top things to eat, things to do and see from someone that is experienced. Now, the tour guides that I booked with are going to be linked in the video description below. I can highly suggest the ones that I went with. I also think that these tour guides offer something completely unique. For example, one of them had a boat. So you can go snorkeling, you can be on the water, but also you can be on the land. Don't try and do everything independently on your own. Go ahead and book a tour with a local, with a private guide, or even with a group of people. You'll have so much fun that way. Next up, the waterfalls of Grenada. Grenada has some really spectacular waterfalls. There's Seven Sisters, there's Annandale, there's Mount Carmel. There's actually various different Concord waterfalls, but personally my favorite is go to Mount Carmel Waterfall. This is stunning. It's a bit of a drive over there to the east, but once you are there, you'll hike around 10 to 15 minutes and you are rewarded by the most spectacular view. It was honestly breathtaking when we got there. There was nobody else there again. It was super quiet, so I can highly recommend doing this on a cloudy day, on a rainy day, because there's not really going to be anybody else there. And we had an amazing experience. The sight of the waterfall was breathtaking. It was huge. It was one of those typical waterfalls that you look at on Instagram and you're like, wow, I want to go there. Well, Mount Carmel is that waterfall. And also, there isn't just that one main waterfall. There's various different streams, and if you walk a little bit further down, it will take you to a second waterfall, which kind of couples as a slide. The slide was so much fun. It was really slippery to go down this natural waterfall rock, and I just had a lot of fun swimming there. My sister had fun swimming there. She even picked a mango off the floor, ate it. It was just a really fun experience, and definitely something that you should add to your list of things to do. I would recommend doing it on a cloudy day or a rainy day. Next on the list, the Belmont Estate Chocolate Tour and the House of Chocolate in the capital, St. George's. Two completely different experiences. The Belmont Estate is more of an experience where you're actually going to see the entire chocolate making process. You're going to see some of the plantation, the cocoa pods on the trees. You're going to have the opportunity to chop off the cocoa pod from the tree, break it open yourself on a rock, and suck on the little seeds. Then you're going to go ahead and see where the cocoa seeds are harvested and fermented. The chocolate factory, how the big bars of chocolate are made. Honestly, amazing, amazing experience. I had so much fun at Belmont Estate. We actually did this as part of our excursion. So guys, again, use the link in my video description to go ahead and book that. But you can just drive up there yourself and just go for the tour. And they also have like a 3-course meal experience with some live music with the steel pans, so it's super authentic. But if you are on a bit of a tight schedule and you want to still get a feel for chocolate making, I would suggest going to the House of Chocolate Museum in St. George's. It's a little museum that also couples as a shop, but this is really unique because the staff there literally gave us a good 30 minutes explaining how they grind down the chocolate seeds, how they turn it into a paste. We were able to taste the paste, taste the nibs, have a look at cocoa butter, how the cocoa butter's made. Basically just a really condensed version of the experience that you'll get at Belmont Estate. It's free. Now, the way that we give back is just by leaving tips, which we did do, and also just shopping there. I had one of the mochas, which was absolutely delicious. It was made with chocolate and coffee beans from Grenada. It was a double whammy, really great experience. I can highly suggest you guys check out the House of Chocolate Museum. If you're looking for the most romantic, perfect place to leave and depart Grenada with the most fantastic sunset views, it is at Silversands Hotel. The hotel has the longest swimming pool I think I've ever seen, 330 feet. It's so cool to just see, get a photo of. But the highlight again is the sunset view that you get from the grill. We ate at the grill, the food was delicious. It is pretty pricey. The cocktails are good though, the service is nice, the music was great, and the whole vibe was just a perfect way to end our trip. I can highly recommend a sunset dinner experience at the Silversands Hotel, so go ahead and book that. And last on the list, it is the nightlife here in Grenada. Grenada is home to St. George's University, which is one of the biggest med schools in the Caribbean. There are many students on the island, and with that comes lots of good nightlife opportunities. My favorites are the brewery and Junction. On a Thursday and Friday night or a Saturday night, these are the spots where many of the students will go to, and also many of the locals. You're gonna get a really great experience at the brewery. They brew like 20 or 30 different kinds of their own brews. They're all really good beers, draft IPAs, lagers. They're really delicious. You can taste some of them, and it's a really, really nice place to go to. They've got music, there's lots of youngsters there, locals, people dancing on tables, and this is just basically the spot that anyone, you know, in their 20s, 30s is gonna go to for a really good nightlife experience. And directly across the road, there's this place called Junction, and this is even more of a local spot. You've got lots of local people dancing in their typical like soca style, like vibing out, doing their like twerking. The girls are dancing, the guys are dancing. It is a really sick experience to just go there and just catch a vibe, just see how the locals do it, how people in Grenada, in the Caribbean, enjoy their nights out. And it was just a unique experience for me and my sister to go, and some of our friends, and we were just having a good night. It was really, really fun, just having a few drinks there. It's not expensive. I can highly suggest just starting at brewery from like 8 p.m, 9 p.m, enjoy that until like 10, 11, and then nip across the road over to Junction. Now, for a Wednesday night, the place to go is Dodgy Dock. Dodgy Dock is at the True Blue Bay Resort Hotel, and it's an event that only happens every Wednesday night. There's loads of local vendors selling local foods, you know, barbecue chicken, pork, Creole dishes. This is really sick because it's not just a place where all the students go, but also loads of the locals go to Dodgy Docks. Also, families go. There is live music, there's a live band that plays there, but not just that. Later on in the evening, it turns into like an outdoor club. There's a full-on DJ playing like soca music, playing local music, playing some pop music. Definitely go to Dodgy Dock. Start at like 7 p.m, 8 p.m. Maybe if you're with your family, go with your family, and you're gonna stick around, make some friends, vibe out, dance to the music, as it is the best place to go on a Wednesday night in Grenada. Whew. That is the list of the top 10 things that you guys need to do when you come to Grenada. So guys, I really hope this video has been helpful for you guys in booking your trip and planning your travels when you come to Grenada. As I say, I've been here for nearly 2 weeks now. I've experienced so many different things, and I've compiled this list, which I believe to be the top things to do. If you want to book any of these things, use the links in my video description. I booked those tours and I can highly recommend those for you guys. You'll have an amazing experience. If you want to see more from the Grenada travel series, all the activities that I got up to, click on this playlist right here. There's lots of really fun stuff there. And also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel for the weekly uploads. But with that being said, that is all, and I'll see you guys in the next one.